what is content? Content is like conversation. Somebody comes to your home. Why do they come? It's like you talk, you meet, you have a meal around it. That's something that's content in your life.
You are a true content person. You branched out to books as the first extension of your very popular show, Khana Khazana. Then your focus shifted to taking your content onto digital platforms, your extensive website. I know about the website. It's thousands and thousands of pages. I think it's one of the most extensive websites in the cooking culinary space, which almost ended up in thriving community building on your social handles as well. And I know it's 20 million plus people that are part of that extended community. Your journey continued with the YouTube Sanjeev Kapoor Khana Khazana channel, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And about 11 years ago, you took content to the next level when you started your own TV channel, Food. And of the latest, your own online academy, as we discussed. What is your take on the importance of content for any digital business? How important it is?
Consumption of content is a need that has been established for over the years, and that content could be on anything. I remember that when it was days of radio, for example, you people would every Sunday log into content of song Binaka Geetmala. Not that I'm talking million years ago, right? So, but in today's digital age, then TV came in again. It was all about content. So, content is the foundation and core of any, I would say, because people consume it, you can do a lot with it. I always believe that technology should be used to reach more people, and that's what I believed in. So naturally, to me, I would say, in some sense, comes intuitively. But for anybody, if they are trying to reach and create a business, and no matter what category, digital we know is the most efficient way. And to bring in that efficiency, and you have to increase the consumption of time by the user, then content is at play. That's the best way to engage. And what is content? Content is like conversation. Somebody comes to your home. Why do they come? It's like you talk, you meet, you have a meal around it. That's something that's content in your life. So when we live, our life is content. There are different ways of consuming it. When we talk within a family, husband and a wife, brother and a sister, friends, that's we are creating and consuming content at both times. But that's one-on-one. When we meet more people, then it is maybe 1:6, 1:10. The area of influence increases. Digital gives you the opportunity to create a larger and a more focused area of influence. I think that's the beauty of digital, and content will always be at the core.
Coming to the focus on food, it has always been around food. Most of the content that's been created. What is your take on sticking to a relevant niche for people? That becomes a huge discussion point, and people get confused how to choose it. From the content point of view, how important it is to marry the two, the content and niche?
Sure. So it is important. I don't think before you decide on content or niche, I think you have to understand your strengths. What is the strength? Either you would have inherent strength or you will build on those strengths, right? So when you have inherent strengths, the cost of doing business in that area substantially comes down, because that's you. And in an entrepreneurial journey, you want to keep the costs down, right? And if you have to build anything, you can build, right? There's nothing you cannot do. But then the cost of building that would be higher, because you'll be hiring domain experts in that, right? So there's no right or wrong, but before you go horizontal, it's better to go vertical and deep. And that's where focus comes in.
Now, your education venture, Sanjeev Kapoor Academy, leverages content in the instructional format, which is a very different take on the way it's usually done. How should budding and aspiring entrepreneurs plan their content from the academic point of view if they are launching similar academies or content businesses?
Right. So, in my mind, as I said, first decide what your strength is, and who you are targeting, who you are trying to reach. It could be a small focus area, it could be large. What is your area of influence, and how and why should people come to you? What is your, so in any education, credibility is important, and that credibility has to be displayed. Either there is historic data that's there, that let's say in cooking domain, you are teaching maybe your family and friends, or you are cooking something and you're teaching, and that word of mouth created a larger area of influence. Then there are certain flag bearers, certain brand ambassadors of your skill who will kind of promote you. Now, you can use the tools of promotion and you can reach out to more people, but you always need to add that kind of credibility, sources which may not come to the people in a direct way, but at the back of there, they would always have somebody which will give you that halo effect of trust and credibility. Now, once you do that, then it's easy, and you can use them as your vehicle of in promotion, where you can say that, okay, that person comes and talks about you, that I learned from this person, and this is so this is on the promotional side. This is something that gives because people believe the person who says it, they say, oh, this is sale. Somebody else, and if it happens not through paid promotion, it happens organically, it has more value. So that is critical. That is important to understand, because if you think that you have something and it will happen just by chance, and you will one is digital marketing, very, very important. You will do all of that, but what would you market it around? Now, on content creation, again, as I said, stick to your best offer first. Don't leave it that I will give my best. Don't save it for the last. That has to be your best shot. So when you're eating your meal, at times you leave best for the last, right? But if you are somebody who's starting, then I would say that start with your best, stay focused, reach out to more people, create a halo effect of what you are trying to do, and use marketing to reach out to relevant market what you think.